Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. And this is the Kerbal Space Program. Some time has passed, and I've found it just increasingly difficult to get any kind of sensible notion of what my flight path is going to be. So what I've done is I've waited until the SOI changed, so I'm now in the moon's sphere of influence, and I'm just going to burn. I don't even need that maneuver node anymore. I'm just going to burn prograde until I'm not crashing and dying. And I'm going to go for 10k. Okay. So let's have a look at my fuel situation. Now, in order to do this, I've actually activated all my engines. And I will transfer fuel if there's any fuel left to transfer by the end of this. Now, the only problem with doing a great big huge retrograde prograde burn is I'm going to have to do an equally big retrograde burn at this end. Again, I'm aiming for about 10k, and that's going to be close enough. It's going to be retrograde, so I'll just start. I'm just going to be using the node as a reference rather than specifically trying to follow it and use anything like that. I hope my recording isn't as choppy as it looks. The preview I'm getting is very, very choppy, and I'm kind of hoping that's not what's happening. Has this been going up? Oh right, yeah. Oh my lord! I suddenly realised the mission time for this is 80 days. That's how long since the first Athena launch. So, goodness gracious me. So we're going to add an alarm. I'm just going to use a standard minute. I'm wondering if I should use X node, but quite frankly, I'm frightened to, because I don't know how long it's going to take to do aiming towards a maneuver node. This has been very fraught. Been very fraught indeed. Right, I'm going to want to go at 23 seconds. Yeah. Well, I should. Allegedly, I've got tons of Delta V, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough after this to land and come back up. So I might need to send some fuel over this way at some point. Which I might want to do anyway. I think I like the idea of there being a fuel tanker in Munar orbit for various purposes. But there are some questions about if that makes any actual sense and stuff like that. Because mysteriously they didn't do that. They haven't done that in. They didn't do that with the Apollo program. They didn't just let's just chuck up a bunch of fuel and have that work. Mysteriously, I don't know why they did. Why didn't they do that? Presumably because it's actually very difficult to do, or very expensive, or both. 1 second, and I'm just going to move my view so that thing isn't in the way. Because that orange line just going straight through the countdown timer. Not the most helpful thing. So as you can see, I'm actually slightly off. The prediction is slightly off the where I actually am. So there you go. Counting down. And I'm hoping to get an apoapsis at some point. Yeah, I don't know why I was kind of worried for a long time. I don't know why. Like, oh no, I'm going to zoom off into the blackness of space and never be seen again. Where actually that's not what was going to happen. I was just going to end up in a really aggravating orbit. Yeah, I'm definitely of the opinion that I'm not going to be able to have enough delta V to land this thing and get back up out again. And I suppose there's a thing I should have been checking, which is, well, I've noticed, here's a few things that aren't happening. The craft hasn't torn itself apart. Right, which I should have checking because that was literally one of the things I was worried about, is that the engines would come off, or they'd radically change the direction it would be pointing, or any number of things, and none of those things happened. All right, so in fact, the side engines, which I just casually put on. Now I think about it, oh, I need some more engines. I'll just chuck those engines on. Completely horribly untested and potentially hideously dangerous engines. But yeah, just check them on. Turn them on, nothing's ever wrong. But you can notice that I'm not spinning, which either means that they're just beautifully, wonderfully balanced, or or it means that they're not giving more torque than the reaction wheels that I do have on the command module. It's able to cope with it. Holy pants, this is actually working. A bit of a wiggle down the end, and we'll just ease our way in. That'll do! That'll do. In the moon, in the orbit of the moon. And then in about 10 seconds, it's going to say, well done! Have a mission! You all done have a mission. What toys, what do I get from that? 124 monies. 124,000 monies. 124,752 money. 236 science plus 76 science, because I'm doing a thing. I've changed. I have added a strategy from the admin building, where basically most of the reputation gains I get go into science. So I've got really low rep now. I don't care. Science, I've got science. Goodbye, maneuver node. And I'm slightly off axis, but never mind. And I've lost my targeting. Maybe I don't know why. That's interesting. Set target to body. And the other thing I've noticed, I can't. What I think I should be able to do is just click on the orbit or click on the moon itself. But I only get, the options to click on various things. So there you go. But what's interesting, it takes it away. I wonder why that is. My alignment is a bit wonky, but I'm not sure I can. Right, let's have a look at some things. Do I still have fuel in that? My lord. There's just the tiniest amount of fuel in there. Right, so I'm going to alt that, alt right click that, and then that's going to get in the way because it's a pain. Alt right click that. Just click out and out. It'll spread the love evenly between those two. My delta V is now that much, but this is now useless. So I am in fact going to jettison it. I did have plans to do stuff with this end of it, but that was couched under the notion that I would actually have some delta V left. Technically, I now have enough delta V, according to this, to oh lord, oh that's annoying. It's probably not a problem. I put that on the wrong way. I'm extending the gear, and oh, for God's sake. Oh no. Well, I'm not going to be landing this thing then, am I? Unless I want to land it quite hard and blow that up deliberately. I had that pointed the wrong way. That's monumentally irritating. And as you can see, by putting the gear out, I have established that, in fact, it's going to be on the ground. Well, let's not turn the lights off. That's monumentally annoying. Well, poo. Did I put any actual science on this? I don't think I did. Because the whole point of this is just to be a mobile lab, and then, yeah. The point of this was to be a mobile lab, as opposed to having science on it itself. How extraordinarily irritating. Do I just want to take this thing back now? Yeah, okay. You're gonna have to have a bit of a think about all this. But it's around the moon. Whether it gets down onto the moon is another question entirely. Not sure I care anymore. I don't know. I also don't know if I've got enough delta V to land and get back into orbit and then get in to Kerbin orbit. Notes. So many things have gone. Well, hey, these. Well, I'm going to put this down on my list of things for Athena 2. Make your stack separator is pointing the right way. I think next time I'm going to use actual stack separators and not. Well, no, there's decouplers and stack separators, and they're slightly different. How long till we get to the sunshine? That's add a maneuver node. 16 minutes. I can use. I'm not using that as anything other than something to aim towards. Oh well. I guess the next thing, I mean, really the only thing left to do is to think about rovers and such like. Grasshopper style rovers and what that kind of thing. So what I'm just going to get into the daylight so I can have a look at it going over the moon surface. I just want that pretty shot of that happening. Where are we? Chase mode. Let's get out of chase mode. Let's get into orbital mode. Ooh, things are running quite slowly right now. Anyway, there's the Athena station. Don't need that anymore. Oh, where are we going? Are we going retrograde? Much more maneuver now. There hasn't got that big ugly thing at the end of it. So we'll just stabilize there. And there we go. The Athena station that can't really land unless I land deliberately hard enough to break that. But never mind, eh? I still got it here. I don't care. I got a station. Oh, it's so close. Look at that. I got a station. Jebediah looking very happy with himself. Look at that. Look at that guy there. Here we are around the moon with people able to do science. A mobile science processing thing, which I may or may not be able to get to the surface and back again, and then to Kerbin. But hey, maybe I just need to send some fuel up. Worst things have happened. So a bit of a short episode. After last episode, I think, you know, I kind of want to like split those two episodes up, but it's going to take far too long. I wouldn't be able to do it in time to put the episode up, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, if you've been enjoying these videos, hit like and subscribe. If you're interested in tabletop role-playing games, we have a tabletop role-playing game themed podcast and blog, which is nearlyenoughdice.com, and you may wish to join us there. I think I've chucked a battery over the window. Or maybe there isn't a window. Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong table. I'm just going to see what can you see from here. Yay, see onto that. There's a slight battery in the way, but other than that, you know, it's fine. So from Athena I, do I give you the website name? nearlyenoughdice.com. Can't remember. My memory is so bad. From Athena I, orbiting the moon. This is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice saying, reach for the stars.